While repairing the power lines in my parents' basement, the electrician suddenly turned white as a sheet and started shaking. I used to believe the greatest heartbreak of my life was watching my father abandon my mother for another woman. I was dead wrong. The real nightmare began on a seemingly ordinary afternoon, in the damp, musty silence of our old house's forbidden basement, where a shocking secret lay waiting, a truth so vile, it threatened to unravel everything I thought I knew. My name is Jacob Caldwell, and I'm 24. Fresh out of college, staring out at the rain-soaked streets of Portland, Oregon, from my tiny apartment, I often wonder how my life got so twisted. Some days, I feel like a forgotten puzzle piece in my family's picture, one no one ever truly wanted to fit. But to understand any of it, we have to go back to when I was just a boy, living in that big, three-story craftsman house in the suburbs, right when the first cracks began to show. We weren't rich, but we never wanted for anything. My dad, Samuel Caldwell, was a tall man, commanding, with eyes that seemed to see everything except, it felt like, me. He owned a construction company, always consumed by blueprints and grand ambitions. That ambition, I think, built a chasm between him and my mother, Monica. My mom, with her soft brown hair and a smile like warm autumn sun, she loved me. I knew it. She'd tell me fairy tales for hours, stroking my hair during those scary nighttime storms. But their marriage? It was a house built on sand. Beautiful from a distance, but one big wave, and it all came crashing down. I remember those nights. My mom, silent in the kitchen, her eyes red, while my dad grumbled about money. I was just 10, clutching my worn teddy bear in bed, my heart constricting with every argument echoing through the thin walls. Then came that day, the divorce. My mom sat on the sofa, a small suitcase at her feet, her trembling hands pulling me into a suffocating embrace. Jacob, she whispered, her voice choked with tears, you are everything to me. But the court didn't see it that way. Custody went to my dad. Stable job, nice house, promises of a better life. My mom, with her meager part-time job, didn't stand a chance. She left to live with my grandparents, a few hours away. When that door closed, I felt a piece of my heart rip away. I stood there, frozen, watching her fade into the distance, wondering if I'd done something wrong to make her leave. From then on, I changed. The laughing, playful boy vanished. The world suddenly felt fragile, everything I loved, ready to disappear. My dad? He didn't seem to notice. He was too busy rebuilding his own life. To him, I was just a small detail in his grand plan, easily overlooked. 2 years later, when I was 12, Serena arrived. She became my stepmother, marrying my dad within months of them meeting. She was much younger, barely in her 30s, with glossy blonde hair and a sweet smile that always felt fake. She was charming. She made my dad laugh, something I hadn't seen him do since Mom left. But her gaze towards me? Always cold, like she was looking through me. Jacob, are you okay? She'd ask, but the words were empty, just filling the silence. My dad changed too, becoming utterly dependent on her, letting her decide everything. Schools for their 2 kids, John, 12 years younger than me, and Lily, 14 years younger, even what to buy for dinner. John and Lily, my half-siblings, became the sun around which my dad and Serena's new world revolved. They were adorable, I won't lie. John loved soccer. Lily would snuggle up during cartoon marathons. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't shake the feeling I was an outsider. A ghost, really, haunting hallways where my mother's laughter once echoed, now filled with a crushing sense of estrangement. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.